student, you are watching the videos, online videos of Sunbeam Model School. Here I am teaching you the computer subject of class 2nd. You can watch this book and you have to open the book right now. And today we will discuss the first chapter, that is computer and electrical machine. Students, we will discuss this chapter. Before I will tell you, you have to open your book and copy, then you will understand very easily. Students, our first topic is computer versus human being. A computer is similar to us in many ways. Our body has a different part such as brain. Students, like a human body, the brain controls the human body whole. We walk, we think, we speak, everything, each and everything is controlled by the human brain. Same like computer. The computer has a many parts, as you know, like CPUs, monitor, keyboard and mouse. CPU is the brain of the computer. It controlled by the CPU. A computer has many parts such as CPU do the work, keyboard to input the work to be done, monitor to show what work is going on the CPU. It means whatever you input on the computer, you will see on the monitor. It will process on the CPU. A computer never get tired. The three basic features of the computer, you know that computer never get tired. Secondly, computer never make any mistakes, and third is computer work very fast. Student, we get tired. The human being maybe get tired. We may make mistakes, but computer never do any mistake. It may be human error. It may be human error, but computer never get any mistakes. Superiority of human being. Students, human beings are superior to the computer because we do not need order from outside to do a job. Human being never need any direction or any orders to do any work. We can think, take our own decision. We do not need electricity to work, but computer need electricity to work. Computer need instruction to do work very fast. Has an artificial brain that work on human instruction. Remember student, computer has an artificial brain in CPU. As I earlier said, CPU is the brain of the computer like human brain. It need human instruction. Whatever instruction I give to the computer, it will perform like that. So computer can only assist us in doing our work faster, easily, more accurately. Whatever work you want to do in the computer, it will do very accurately and save your time. Working of a computer. Children have ever seen any adult making banana shake? There are 3 steps of making banana shake. Put a banana, milk, sugar into a blender. Here banana milk and sugar are in a input. The blender mix the banana milk and sugar together. This is called processing. And the last, the yummy banana shake that you get the input. What do you understand by this topic? It means we take banana, milk and sugar as an input and we mix this in the blender. The blender is a CPU. And the banana in the last, the banana shake we get as a input. The same in computer. There is 3 type of process, that is input, processing and output. Whatever information you want to look in the computer, first of all I have to give some data to the computer, then it will process in the CPU, then it will get the result on front of the monitor. Okay. Now we will go to the next topic, that is to perform any work. A computer also follows 3 steps. As I say, 3 steps are input. What is input? Data instruction entered into a computer, it is called input. As I say, whatever information you give to the computer, it will process, then we will get the result. Processing. When a computer work on an input, it is called processing. It is processing on a CPU. The processing thing what happen in the CPU. Then the result, the time of the result. Output. Information given by the computer after processing the input is called output. The output, what is the output? That is, first of all, I have given the data instruction to the computer, then it is processed in the CPU, then we get the result as an output on a monitor. This is known as input process output. You can also say IPO cycle. That is IPO cycle, that is we will put the data through keyboard and mouse. It will process in the CPU, then it will get the result as an output from your monitor. Now, in the computer, input processing and output can be explained as follows. For example, you can see in the book, the data entered to computer added 10 7, then the processing working on input 10 plus 7, and the next finally output information given out 70. Now students, we will discuss the advantages of computer. What is the advantages of computer? Do you know? Computer has given many important part of our life. It has several advantages. It's very fast machine that can do many jobs at a time. In any time you can do many work. Today computer has work. The computer is used in every area. It is used in offices, it is used in school, it is used in your home. To work very fast, the workload is today is very high, so you have to use the computer regularly. Without computer you cannot store the information, data, anything. It is very accurate. One thing I want to say, that it is very accurate, that is it does not make any mistake. Human being maybe done any mistake, but computer do not make any mistake. Always remember, computer do not make any mistake, and it is very accurate, perfect. It store large amount of information and never forget it. It store large amount of data and information. For example, the student in the school, the information about their studying, information about their result, their address, all about store in the computer. And in the school, in which school you have been studying, your all information have been stored in the computer. That is why it store large amount of information and never get forget it. It is a reliable machine. What is the reliable machine? It means you can make a faith on the computer. It lead reducing a paperwork. What is the most important thing, students? It reduce the paperwork. It reduce today in coming year, before the computer age, the lot of burden is happen on the paperwork. So today computer has less this burden by reducing the paperwork. Now we will discuss the disadvantages of computer. For students, in any field there is the advantage and there is a disadvantage. There is some disadvantage of computer. What is the disadvantage? You can see everything which advantages has a disadvantage also. It has no intelligence to perform any task on its own. That is the most important factor, student. It cannot do any work on its own. It is not a superhuman being. A human being have to give the order to computer, then it will do their work very fast. It has no intelligent performance as a task on its own. It means the computer cannot do any work of its own. It has no intelligence. Remember, it cannot take its own decision. It work on our order. Always remember, it is work on our order. It is cannot take any own decision. If you can see, if you have a computer in your house, do you think that your computer work your own computer take its own decision? No, computer cannot take its own decision. You have to it work on your order. You have to switch off the computer button, you have to open the computer, then you have to work on computer. Without your order, computer cannot do any work. It affect not only environment but also human health. When the waste computer and their part are discarded, they are not recycled and keep adding to waste on the earth. It means, do you think when our computer get discarded, we throw them in the any area or ground, that is make our environment dirty and make our environment pollution. That is the big way of environment pollution, because it has a large amount of harmful chemical in the computer, and if we cannot properly discard the computer, it will harm our environment. Cybercrime have also increased due to the use of computer. The most important thing, students, today cybercrime is the most dangerous crime in the world, whole over world. By computer any thief can make a big amount of loss to your account. So you have always remember and stay away from this type of disadvantage, student. Now we can recall the chapter again. A computer is an electronic machine. As I already says, computer can only assist us in doing our work easily and more accurately. Computer work on input, process, output. That is, input the data, process in CPU, and we will get the result as an output from monitor. Next thing, data instruction enter into a computer. It is called computer. As I earlier said, data and instruction and any information whatever you want to give, that is a input. A computer work on input, it is called processing. Whatever information you give to the computer, first of all it will process, that is called processing. Information given out by a computer after processing the input is called output. After the processing, the final result, it is called the output. What will you see in the computer screen? Now we will discuss the exercise, student. I hope that you will understand the chapter. Now the first question, define the computer as an electronic device. The first question is, define the computer as an electronic device. That answer is very easy. You can see on above, a computer is an electronic machine. A computer can only assist us in doing our work faster, easily and more accurately. This is your first answer. You can see that you have to write this answer here in the blank. Now the next question, write the full form of IPO. I have already explained you that what is IPO. That is input, I for input, P for process, and O for output cycle. That is input, process, output. You have to write this thing here in the blank. Now student, the next question is, write any three difference between computer and human being. Three difference in computer and human being. You can take your page. That is the three difference. The three difference here. First difference, a computer never get tired. That is the first answer. The second point, a computer work very fast. The third point, we may make mistake. That is the first 3 points. You have to first of all write a computer never get tired. Second point, a computer work very fast. And the third point, we may make mistake. These are the three difference between the computer. Write any three difference between computer and human being. These are the three difference between computer and human being. The fourth question, list any two advantages of computer. Advantages of computer, you can see there. Two advantages of computer. It is very fast machine that can do many job at a time. In 1 second, a computer can do many work. That means. Second point, that is, it is very accurate and perfect. That is, it does not make any mistake. As I say, human being may take mistake, but computer do not make any mistake. These are the 2 points you have to write in page number 7. Okay. So this is the answer of question number 4. Now the last question. How is computer harmful to the environment? As I already discussed, this is your answer here. When the waste computer and their part are discarded, they are not recycled and keep adding to the waste on the earth. It means the waste computer which have to discarded properly, they are not recycled. And if you do not recycle the discarded computer, it will make environment pollution. That is the answer from vein to earth. The vein waste computer and their parts are discarded, they are not recycled and keep adding to the waste on the earth. That is the fifth answer. We have completed the 5 question answer. Now student, fill in the blanks. First, fill in the blanks. A computer make our work easier. That is the first. Computer make our work easier. You have to write first. Data or instruction entered into a computer is called, what is? That is input. That is input. The first is easier, the second is input. Working on a data is called, it is called processing. That is called processing. That will be the third. Processing, you have to write the processing here in the blank. The fourth, dash is the final result given by the computer. What is the final result? I hope that you will know. That is output, the final result. The output have to write in this blanks. That is the fourth. And the final, fifth, a computer is an dash machine. It means the computer is an electronic machine. Okay, electronic machine means it is work through electricity. That is why it is an electronic machine. Now we will see write true or false statement. That is, a monitor gives input to a computer. A monitor give input to the computer. It is right or not? Yes, true. CPU is used for processing. Yes, it is true. Third, a computer work on IPO cycle. Yes, it is also true. Fourth, a computer stores a large amount of information. Yes, it is also true. Next, a computer is not harmful for our health. It is false. So student, the first I have to correct one thing. Monitor gives input to a computer. That is false. Okay student, you have to make that is false. So first and last is false. Remember, the first is false, second is true, third is true, fourth is true, and the final is false. Now student, write I for input, P for process, and O for output for each of the following process. Student, you have to do this exercise as a homework in your home. It is very easy. Write I for input. You have to write I for input, P for process here, and O for output. So what are the input? You have to write here what are the input and what are the